We have a lot to get to in our final trade of the day. I'm bringing in Paul Foster of the Street Insider. First of all, Paul, earlier in the show, we reported about Dick's Sporting Goods and what's been going on with gun sales, and now all of a sudden they're starting to pick up some traffic here. But let's take a look at the trade. What's happening? Is the options market bullish or bearish on this stock at this juncture?
You know what, there is a lot of anxiety as the stock's near a 3-year low here, Angie. Stock's trading approximately in the low 30s. And there's upside calls trading.
So Dick's is coming out with earnings this week. What is the options market predicting about this earnings report? Will the stock make a big move?
Yeah, and Dick's, they're looking for a wide movement. They're looking for a movement of about 9.5 to 10%. This is with the stock at $30. And they're looking for an upside move. Yesterday they were purchasing upside calls.
So when you say upside move, how much of a move are they looking for here?
And Dick's and the upside calls, it's those March 35s and March 37.5 calls.
Let's take a look at some more stocks. All of a sudden, some interesting options flow is coming in on General Motors. So are they optimistic about this American automaker? Because of course there's been so much talk about tariffs.
Yeah. Hey Angie, you know, in General Motors, the stock's trading right around $38, $39. It's near its 2.5, 3-year low here. They're looking for movement on the upside calls. They're participating in the March 40 calls and March 44.5 calls.
Is there a lot of anxiety surrounding this stock right now, or are investors feeling pretty good about an upward move?
You know, the anxiety levels are pretty muted. Obviously, the stocks are lower. However, they're out of the money calls and longer duration calls in June and July are priced higher than some of the near-term calls and puts.
So what does that tell you?
Calm movements for the next 4 or 5 weeks, but maybe more movement this summer and later in the autumn.
Interesting. And I also want to get to a chatter stock. So we heard some chatter in the market recently that maybe Kellogg's and Monster could be getting together.
Yeah, here it is. The calls and puts have really been active recently. And in Kellogg's, it's the upside calls, the 75 calls in March. And in Monster, it's some of those upside 10 to 20% calls out of the money that are active also in Monster.
Do you hear a chatter about these two names getting together very often? Do you think there's a possibility this one could actually happen?
I think what they're looking at is a major food conglomerate purchasing Monster. Maybe it's Coca-Cola, maybe Kellogg's, maybe we have Warren Buffett interested in their products. But it's renewed chatter, so I don't put a high value on the chatter.
But Monster tends to be in play.
Correct. It is a play stock.
Thanks so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome, Angie.
Check out businessfirstam.com to find out where to see our entire show. And don't forget to like, follow, and share Business First AM.